Hey everyone, welcome back to God of War, and we'll be carrying on traversing through the depths of Tartarus with our newly found Gauntlet of Zeus, which makes things quite simple. I had to edit out another death here, unfortunately, as I thought I was invincible with the Gauntlet instead of circle taking down dudes, which is just super useful on all these archers just standing about. But using it on the normal guys again just kicks them away, it gives you a bit of space. But even with the Gauntlet, it just makes things so much easier. Just being able to punch people. That knockback. So the path is blocked, but what we've got to do is pull these levers. This makes it so we can jump across. I don't really see the massive point in this. It seems a bit unnecessary, to be honest, but as we have been going around loosening chains, well, we got a much needed health chest by here as well. And another chest there, which is a bonus of some red orbs. So doing that has opened that passageway there for us. And the Titans starting to get up and about as well, by the looks of it.
By the hands of Zeus, the Titans had been bound and shackled in their torment for 1,000 years, with no hope of escape. Now the chains that once held the Titan Atlas lay broken, and only one question plagued the thoughts of Kratos.
Who would release such evil?
So, one of the Titans has already been released. And it weren't us. So, there are some more enemies climbing, so just want to triangle take them down, or square as soon as possible. Because it's just a nuisance getting gripped by them. And now we've got a nice new thing which I think is actually quite enjoyable. Basically the aim is to rotate this chain, or this gear along this chain, whilst getting attacked by enemies. And whenever you let go, it starts to travel backwards. But luckily it doesn't go that quickly, so unless you're terrible, it won't go too well. You saw that I was punching the soldier, but there's an easier way for this when there are enemies which aren't birds. So the birds, you punch them once, they're gone. So once you're over here, there'll be some more soldiers on your case to slow you down. And they're very, very easily dispatched instead of normal fighting. Because all you've got to do is literally just press circle and off they fly. Which makes it quite simple. But this is quite a nice little gauntlet area they've set up. It's not something I've probably the most daring thing in the game so far. Doesn't really change up much, but it's nice to have a little break from the regular room-to-room action. So once we're up here, there's a glowing thingy which I kept trying to punch, and I'm stupid and I just didn't press circle or get into position. I'll get there. There we go. So we can extend that chain over so we can go for a walk over there. And we have ourselves a nice little panoramic view of the underworld. It's looking pretty good. Although I can't imagine... well, it's probably nice to look at on the PSP. So, as with the usual God of War fashion, we climb out of hell. We have a nice cutscene showing that off. And doing that has brought us back up here. And with our new fist, we can go and punch some new paths into existence. And again, there's some non-obvious chests which we can just easily walk past. So if we punch through this wall, we'll be back here again. And the first thing you want to do is get rid of these, because you can finally knock them out now. And it just means that's one less thing to worry about in the fight. And this is the upgraded F3, where pressing circle repeatedly can increase the amount of damage done. And I probably make a wrong decision here using the Gauntlet of Zeus to try and punch the shields away instead of using the Blades of Chaos. But I think that's probably one of the bigger things with the alternate weapons in this game and others, just knowing when to use them. The only reason I did this here was because of my freak spamming. Any other way would have been... probably would have got killed pretty soon. So we don't need to ring the bell here, since the boat's here, but we can punch the gate through. And it's nice enough to give us full health and mana.
You again. The walls of Tartarus would not hold Atlas, and they would not hold me either. The gods have obviously taken pity on their slaves. You underestimate me, Charon. This time I will not be so merciful.
So, we get a rematch. And it's good because it's a fun boss. So, at the moment, this fight is the exact same as what it was the first time. But the difference is, our fist does quite a bit more damage to him. But we've still got to keep reflecting his projectiles back. And he'll keep moving around, throwing his little things, and then it's always good knowing whenever you throw them back, you recover health as well, which is useful, as every little bit of health helps. I'm not so good on the projectiles this time round though, which is a shame because it's probably the part I like the most. So when you get to under half health, he goes up here, and punching one of the pillars stops him from regaining more health. And now he's using his own magic against us. This Charon's Wrath, and it's a bloody nuisance because it can just stop you on the spot for a good amount of time. You've got enough time to dodge it though, because he really does telegraph when he's about to start spewing all over the place. But eventually he'll stop and get back to projectile throwing. So just keep on parrying him, and using the gauntlet really can just twat him with the parrying. So he stopped using his Charon's Wrath now, and he's got a new move which is okay, although there's a few instances here where I'm pretty bad at avoiding it, such as there. But he'll do 2, then jump in the middle, and this one he always gets stuck with his scythe, so you always get in a charge punch if you need to. But these little ones here are just annoying because I still keep getting caught in the blast from them. But this is better than the Charon's Wrath in my opinion because it's just simpler. So as you probably saw then, he's got moments of invincibility when he comes out of his thingy. So I got a bit I was overreaching a bit far here, thinking I could just start punching him again. And now right there, I'm quite surprised I was hit. But with this part it's just being patient and taking time to punch him in the face. There we go. We can break off the last pillar now, which means that we can now execute him. Pretty nice execution this one. Pretty simple. Impaled by his own scythe. And we can pick up his mask. Although he's not completely dead. And this is actually just a genuine cakewalk because all you've got to do is just reflect his stuff. And once that's done, you can be properly executed now. Severely punched in the face. Ah, that gauntlet punching noise.
Having defeated Charon, Kratos journeyed deeper into Hades and closer to his goal. For in the distance, the bright light of Helios illuminated all of the underworld. But something on the shore caught his attention. And to Kratos, it almost seemed an apparition.
Calliope!
Upon seeing his daughter, Kratos realized that all that he had been working for, all that he had wanted, was within reach. Years of service to the gods had not delivered him from his pain, never had it eased the burden of his past. And now, Calliope was found.
Calliope!
So, Kratos thinks he's going to find his daughter. First, we can pick up Charon's Wrath, and we can start using it. And It's usually good for affecting more than one enemy. And when it's upgraded, I think the range goes up a bit, so it's easier to hit more than one enemy with it. It's pretty OP, just because of the way it just stuns people like that. And is good for bigger enemies like Minotaurs and Cyclopses, just for extra damage. And these guys here are satyrs, and they're a nuisance because of that. No matter how many times I fought them, I always forget about the analog pad execution. And I honestly hate them sometimes. But it does a good way of introducing them to you, because they really do get on your case if you're not using magic. And there we go, that's the introduction, and I can upgrade a bunch of my magic now, which becomes really quite useful now with this part of the game, because it's good to have as much magic upgraded as you can, because you should be using it. And that's it for now, I'll see you guys next time.